Thanks to Hubspot for sponsoring this video. So I've done quite a few videos on digital products on this channel, but I haven't done a video sharing my process of making a digital product, preparing that digital product, putting it up for sale, and the sort of whole process behind that, and how easy it actually is to do, and why I think everyone should really be selling their own digital products. I'm going to make a couple of assumptions before we get into this video. Number one, you already have a digital product that's ready to go, whether that's like a Notion template, wallpapers, presets, whatever your digital product is, you already have it sort of finished and ready to go. And then number two is that you have a Gumroad account. We're going to be using Gumroad for this, mainly because Gumroad is the one that I would just recommend for anyone starting out. They do take a 10% fee of any sale you make, but because of how Gumroad is to get started with, I would just recommend it if you're very much a beginner to this. You can worry about the sort of 10% fee and moving platforms and using different platforms when you're making like 4 or 5 figures a month, because then that 10% can make a significant difference. When it comes to managing your customers outside of Gumroad, when your business gets to a certain size, it's hard to manage all of those customers. Spreadsheets and sort of platforms like Gumroad just aren't really going to cut it. The best way to manage your customers is with a CRM. And I want to share a free CRM system from Hubspot that anyone can use. It takes all of your customers and puts them in one centralized location, like the brain of your business. Like I keep saying in all of my videos about making money online, marketing and sales, managing your customers is just as important, if not more important, than making the product itself. What's the point of making great digital products or selling services if you're not able to reach and track those contacts and turn them into customers? Best part is it's designed to work for many different types of users, whether you're an owner, a salesperson, marketer, or even a customer service person. I recommend that you check it out. It's completely free, link in the description below, and thanks to Hubspot for sponsoring this video. So the product I'm going to be demonstrating here is a wallpaper pack. As you can see, I already have some files prepared. So this wallpaper pack has desktop wallpapers and mobile wallpapers. We can see them in the folders. We can see the desktop wallpapers here. We can see the mobile wallpapers here. And then we can see I've made a zip of each one so that when I upload them to Gumroad, these are the files that people are going to be downloading. Next up, we want to make some marketing materials for our wallpaper pack. So as we can see here, I've already quickly prepared some. We can see we have a cover image here. We can see we have a blog post because it will be going on my blog, and we have thumbnails as well for this wallpaper pack. We can also see I have a grid for the wallpapers. So each of these wallpapers, just to show to the customer, you know, the wallpapers, what they're going to be getting. I also want to make clear that I didn't actually make these wallpapers. I hired an artist to make these wallpapers for me. And you can get artists from like Upwork and Fiverr and other places like that. People who are much better at creating artwork than I am, because I'm not an expert in Blender. I'm not an expert in any sort of 3D program or anything like that. My skills only go so far. I have some good graphic design skills and some UI skills. It's how I can use something like Figma. Figma is what I'm using here to make these marketing materials, but you can use anything. You can use Canva, Photoshop, whatever you like. Figma is just what I'm familiar with. But yeah, these wallpapers aren't wallpapers that I've actually made. I've hired an artist to make them for me. So if you're struggling to come up with a product, maybe have someone else make it for you. Maybe you already have a good idea of what you want. Utilizing someone else's skill to make the product for you is completely okay to do, because you're paying that person to do it for you. And most people out there, that's exactly what they're doing. I don't think a celebrity is making a drink or anything like that. They obviously are working with a company, with a manufacturer to make the product. So I would highly recommend hiring someone to help make your product for you. So yeah, this wallpaper pack, I have prepared the marketing materials for it. We're going to export these marketing materials so that we can upload them to Gumroad. So I'm going to export the thumbnail and the 2 grids for Gumroad, because that's where I'll be using them. I will change the export size. Actually, let's do it to 3 times and then export the 3 layers. I'm going to export them into the same folder, but we are going to make a new folder here. We'll call it marketing images, like so, and we'll save them in there. Now we're going to go to Gumroad and we're going to click new product. We're going to name the product, color layers, wallpaper pack, like so. And you can choose whatever it is: digital product, course, ebook, membership, physical good, or a bundle. We're going to price our product at $14. We're going to go to next, customize. And here we are going to give our product description. We're going to give our product a URL. We could even give it a custom domain, a cover, and things like that. So we'll first give it a description, which I already have ready to go. We'll give it a URL, color layers, wallpaper pack, like so. Oh my god, I can't type. There we go. Then we're going to upload our cover image. So we're going to upload our 3 images that we have here. Open. We're also going to upload our thumbnail image. Select our thumbnail. There we go. And yes, there we go. We have our product nearly ready pretty much. We'll do the call to action to pay. And then for the summary, we'll put what the customer is actually going to get. So 26 desktop and 26 mobile wallpapers. There we go. We've already got the price. We can integrate things if we like. We can have a look at a few settings here, which I'll just leave off, save and continue, like so. And then here is where we're going to upload the products themselves. So we can see a little insert file icon here. We're going to upload the 2 files. So we're going to upload the mobile and the desktop files. And then we will name them, and then we'll just let it upload. It will take a moment. And like so, our product is ready to go. We can just copy URL, open it in a new tab, and our product is ready to buy. We can start sharing this with anyone. They can see the cover image, they can see the wallpapers that are included, they can buy the product, they can see any other information about it. And yeah, that's it. It really is as simple as that. I actually think that putting up a product for sale is probably the easiest part, and it's something that people seem to find daunting when they really shouldn't. It really is the easiest part. The 2 tough parts are coming up with a product that's actually good enough that people will want to buy, and then marketing the product. So coming up with a product totally depends on what you're interested in selling, whether a product you can make is different in some way or has some sort of unique selling point or is going to benefit someone in some way. So my products, I have presets, I have wallpapers, I have Notion templates, I have website templates. I have a sort of array of different products. Now, not all of my audience is going to buy those products. I can't market those products in the same way because the way I market a preset isn't going to be the same way I market wallpapers. Also, wallpapers aren't really something I make to make a lot of money. They're just simply there because they sort of supplement my income. I'm already reviewing devices like MacBooks, displays and iPhones and things like that on my tech channel. So it only makes sense to market my own wallpapers there rather than using sort of default wallpapers. But I do think if you can come up with a digital product that's maybe like $100 or more, $50 or more, maybe it's like a Notion template, maybe it's presets, maybe it's a website template like a Framer template, Shopify template, Webflow template, something like that, you can make a lot more money because those sorts of products are more targeted towards people who are going to have the money for those sorts of products, and they're going to see more value in those sorts of products. A wallpaper, let's be honest, is just a digital piece of art that you're going to put on your phone as a lock screen wallpaper or a home screen wallpaper. It doesn't really bring monetary value, it doesn't really save you time, but a Notion template, a website template, presets, things like that, photography presets, those literally save people time. Those give people a way to maybe make some extra money. So when it comes to presets, photographers who are doing professional photography, they're going to be charging for that professional photography, and having presets that can save them time so they can get a certain look in their image, that's just a great way for them to obviously save time and make more money. The same goes for Notion templates. People who want to use Notion template, they don't want to spend hours or days making a Notion template. They just want it sort of just ready to go. Same with website templates. Designers and developers, they're usually working for another company, for a business. They're making a website for someone. If they can have a template that's ready to go, that just has all functionality right there and then, paying $100 to save them days, weeks of time, it's so worth it for them. The second part is, of course, marketing. Marketing is something that, for me personally, obviously I do it to my audience, but building the audience in the first place is the tough part. And if it was easy, then everyone would be doing it, then no one would be making money, right? The whole point of me building an audience is to make money, is to launch products, is to launch businesses. I've been very transparent about that on this channel. It's why I started this channel, to make more money. That's the whole point of me doing this sort of stuff. I'm not going to hide behind it, but building an audience is hard. It takes time. It's not something that just happens overnight. However, I really do recommend it. I really do recommend creating your own audience. I think a lot of people think that you need hundreds of thousands, millions of followers to make a lot of money. You really don't. You can do it with a couple thousand followers. You can do it with 10,000 followers. the aim is that you build an audience around something that can hopefully make you money, where you're providing value to someone. As long as you're providing value to someone, you can make money from it. What really frustrates me is the amount of people who make products, who do something like this, and then they're like, hey, I'm not getting any sales, it's not working for me, how can I make it work? And I just look at their marketing, I'm thinking like, you're not marketing this product, whether it's paid or organic. If you're marketing your product to like 50 followers, 100 followers, you're not going to get any sales. The likelihood of you getting sales is just very, very low. So really do work on the marketing, because I think the marketing and having continuous flow of marketing is what will make you money, and it just makes it so much easier to launch products in the future as well. Build an audience or use paid marketing. Those are really the two main ways to do it. Like, that's the two main ways to do it. There is no other way. Like, you've got to either build an audience or you've got to use paid marketing. I think a lot of people just make a product and just think, yep, I'm going to start making money. Yeah, it really isn't as easy as that. It takes time and effort. It takes hard work to do this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth anything. I've also put together 14 profitable digital product ideas that you can use to kickstart your own online business. I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.